Welcome back to Careful Boys. Today we're checking back in with our favorite Reddit community.
Oh, God.
Which is Reddit.
Checking back in.
Reddit cuckold psychology.
Oh, no.
These are guys who are super heavy, deeply into the cuckoldry.
How many trolls do you think are in this group? Or do you think they're serious?
Like, you tell me. I'll read one for what we're going to do. And Subi, we need your expert opinion on this too as well.
And how they could fix their syndrome.
All right, this one's called "My wife squirted with her bowl for the first time and it broke me."
Oh.
What does a bowl mean?
We went over this.
Come on,
we have to do this for all the nice people who already know.
Bowl is the guy
It's
that
for
you
them.
bring in to have sex with your wife.
Thank you. You got it? You got it, Joe?
Yeah, I'll try to remember this time.
Thanks, Joe.
Do you know that already? That a bowl is the...
Did you know that already?
I thought it was just a toy or something.
See? Basketball team this whole time.
He did it for him.
Chicago.
Subin is the bull.
Hi, everyone. I've been a long time... I like that. That's nice. Yeah. I've been a long time lurker here and needed to make a first post. Like most of you on here, I've been into cuck porn for a long time. It started in high school after my girlfriend at the time cheated on me, and since then it's been something I've always thought about and fantasized.
Oh, man.
Although it's been a fantasy of mine, I've never actually wound up playing it out with any of my partners until recently.
Oh, no.
My girlfriend and I have been dating for almost a year. During the time, we've experimented with many different kinks, toys, ropes, public sex, etc. But things grew stale. When we were talking about things, my girlfriend brought up that she's always wanted to try group play, but never did it, and was scared to bring it up with me because she didn't think I'd want to bring in another person. After being caught off guard and thinking, wow, what a dream, and thinking about it for a few days, I finally admitted to her that I've always had a cuck fantasy, and I think it could be hot to bring a bowl.
You know, it'd be funny if she was like, I was thinking a girl. And he's like, oh man, I wanted a dick in your mouth.
Fast forward a few weeks, and we made a joint profile on a kink app called Field, and wound up matching with a bull that she was very into and interested in.
Oh, shit, dude.
Jeez.
Eventually, we met up over the weekend for drinks to make sure we all clicked. The night went really well, and everyone hit it off.
Dude, imagine going on a date with but to get cucked, you know?
Dude, that's insane.
You guys get drinks
This
first.
is where things really started to take a turn. After they hit it off. We got back to our place. They started kissing and touching each other. He stripped down, was obviously hung like a horse. Parentheses, we had already seen some photos before meeting up. We had. They started playing while I watched and held her hand.
Oh, brother.
In the brother. In the year I've been with my girlfriend, she has come many, many times with me, but never once did she squirt or surprise me with how hard she orgasmed. Well, fast forward to this night, and her bull started her off doggy style, where he slowly stretched her.
Oh, God.
Her moans sounded familiar, and it really turned me on, but the noises she was making became less and less familiar and more primal sounding.
Less and less familiar.
The fact, dude, this poor guy's getting re-traumatized typing this all out again.
I can't fuck her like him.
Oh, man.
As things continued, I was starting to get really upset by the situation and realized I wasn't so sure I actually wanted this.
Oh.
At this point, she squeezed my hand really tight and literally squirted all over our bed. I was in shock and didn't know how to feel. After she was done, I think everyone was in a state of pure silence and surprise. Her bull obviously loved it. He started kissing her neck and continued pumping away.
Oh, God. We don't need to hear this.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
Yes, we do.
Oh, God. Get shit out, Steve.
I locked eyes with her and it was just completely broken.
Oh, no.
I never thought she'd squirt for her first time with a random stranger, let alone a bull in our first cuck scenario.
The very first one, too.
This,
Wow.
for some reason, I picture everyone reading this getting fucking off. And the reason why is don't cuck guys like in the cuck stuff, don't they like watching
Yeah, that feels a little
humiliation
bit
shit?
like that feels a little bit like what's it called? Like fanfic of.
Because I remember there was a time where it was really popular for this like cuck channel to be like, oh yeah, I can't pay my rent, you gotta fuck my girlfriend for rent.
Yeah.
And people love that shit.
It's too perfect.
You think this is too clean?
No, it's too like
You think it's
too what you want to hear if you like this type of shit.
Yeah.
How like the shame.
You think this is just for upvotes?
It just feels like a like text.
Tongue,
You
she's
think he's farming
squirting.
engagement?
They're like holding hands and then make eye contact and he's broken. Like, yeah.
It's just like it's too indulgent in like this type of.
Do you think this happens a lot, though, where guys, obviously porn is a fantasy, and then you like, because this whole thing started, it sounds like it just came from this idea of watching this porn, and then to actually do it is like a whole, I'm sure it's a cliche that happens all the time.
My wife squirted for our first time with our first bowl, Not just one, but multiple times. I get how it feels humiliated in one way and extremely kinky in so many other ways. Enjoy on her behalf instead of greeting on your behalf. Kind of molded him a little bit.
He's like, hey, be the bigger man.
Check yourself.
He said, if you're gonna be in the cuck Reddit, you got to be a bigger man.
For her, dude.
Why can't you be happy she's getting pleasure, dude?
Yeah.
Dude.
That's what you wanted, didn't you? I actually dated a girl who wanted to experiment, not with me, but this is in the past. She tried experimenting with her friend and her boyfriend, and it was another girl. And she told me right in the middle of it, she wasn't cool with, like, it just same kind of thing where she was like, yeah, I started getting jealous. It wasn't what I pictured. And then she was getting too much attention, and then she called it off. And then they both were like, that's cool. But then, well, afterwards they started hooking up. So her ex at the, her boyfriend at the time started hooking up with her friend, and then they broke up.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only story like similar to this that I know is one of my old coworkers. Her boyfriend was the one who proposed the idea of having like another guy be involved, and they did it, but she never came to the realization that it wasn't what she wanted until like 2 boyfriends in the future.
Wow.
So she looked back in retrospect.
Because the reality of things is that if you're doing it to just make your partner happy, you're not thinking like that in the relationship. And then someone else comes along and goes, how the fuck, I would never make you do that. And then it hit her. And I think that's more realistic to like how I would imagine it to be. Because,
not in
like,
the moment.
That's some real shit.
She didn't have, in the moment she was like cool with it because he was happy. You know, like the thing of like, okay, I'll do it for you, baby, I'll do it for you. That's really common to just.
I had a friend go to Cancun with her boyfriend one time, and she said that he invited a chick back to their room, and then she realized she wasn't safe with him. That is like a bedrock of their relationship, because he just automatically sprung that on her.
So she wasn't even okay with the threesome.
He never even discussed it. He just thought he'd be a pimp. And like swung this move, right? Attempted swinging this move. And then she was like, we're done after this. We're done. We're over. Because she knows that's like, I can't trust you anymore in our relationship.
That's terrifying.
Did he
That's
go
terrifying,
like,
just
all I
drop
wanted
into it.
to do was get you to lick my balls while she sucked my dick.
That's it.
And
That's it,
then
babe.
what's the big deal?
Why are you mad at me?
Just do what you already do, but then there's somebody else there helping you.
With no primer whatsoever. It's
No,
just,
it's just
here it is. Like, oh my
Surprise!
God, yeah, that's terrible.
Well, I wasn't gonna fuck her. I just wanted to lick my balls.
Babe, it was less work for you.
Why you
I
talking
thought
about
I'd
Mickey
try it.
Mouse?
Sorry, I thought I'd try it.
It's just like so snaky to do it that way too.
Yeah, it's rough.
And that shit just gets messy, dude. At the
What do you
end.
think about this? Is this
Yeah, because a lot of cum is everywhere. So messy.
What do you do? This is maybe some of us have wondered, right? What do you do when your wife returns home after being with her bull? Do you guys have sex when she comes back? Is she still horny, or would she rather take things easy? I don't know what to expect in my case. I know that I will be super horny when she will return, but I will feel a bit left out if she's totally satisfied. And then there's some responses. Long, passionate kiss in the doorway. Then straight upstairs to bed, where I go down on her and fuck her at least twice.
Hey, what's up guys? Just in case you have seen some of these lovely pieces on some of our gentlemen here, these awesome jade pendants, or you may have seen the recent JK adventure where we went to Jade Jewelers, just remember that the sale is on now. If you want to visit thejadejewelers.co, you can even find some of the stuff that our guys have had, and way more. The selection is huge, so make sure to visit the Jade Jewelers and check out what they've got.
Check it out. Let's go.
Isn't that like Destiny? Wasn't he like, go leave the cum inside of your pussy so I could eat it out?
Oh,
That's what he said
He said that?
so you gotta
on
walk.
stream.
You gotta do a handstand your way home. Like, come on,
You gotta keep it in there.
keep that shit in there.
Dude, gravity's a thing.
Another guy says, my girlfriend puts videos of her getting fucked on the TV from her phone while I go down on her so she can get off on her bull fucking her again while I lick his cum out of her while she tells me how good it was.
Jeez, some of these guys sound like they're bragging though.
Yeah, you think he's a little bit...
You know, like, you know, some guys in the Reddit threads, like, no matter what community, they kind of will like comment, like, "Oh, this is what we do." You know, seems like these guys are one-upping this poor guy.
But honestly, and honestly, they're mentally not there. Like, something's wrong with their brain.
No, dude,
What, are you
honestly,
yucking their yum?
they mentally are there. They're so good at this game.
This is the game,
It's
baby.
not a game to play. It's just like you guys much bigger things in the world to be fucking
Yeah.
Would you tell him to go touch
thinking
grass?
about this shit.
Would you tell him?
Like, come on.
Would you get all Christian?
I didn't get all Christian. It's just like, yo, that's the people that spend that much time. Now, come on.
Yeah, you have too much time.
God damn, what kind of fuck?
It is kind of like if these things do exist and can be proven successful, it is pretty interesting to like see the features of it though. Because my friend's parents, she found out later in life that they did this.
What do you mean? They were swingers or
Yeah.
cuckers?
Same. I mean, they did all that, but they are still married and have a beautiful fucking Orange County life, and they don't seem like that because they're very private about it. They don't. They're not trying to justify. They're not trying to shop it around and be like polyamory's sick. Look at us. They look like a completely normal couple, and you would never think that happens.
The people that I hear, like, because we have a guy at the gym who I didn't know this, but he takes part of. They call them like lifestyle parties. That's what they call them. Where it's like swingers and like whatever. But like the way they explain it is like, oh, these guys are very aligned. If you're a couple, they're very aligned in what they want. Yeah. And they both gotta be down and get cucked out, I think, for this to happen. But some of these guys, you hear them talk and you're like, there's no way I can imagine myself doing that.
And some people do have like sexual appetites that fucking extreme.
Yeah.
I just
But when does it stop? Once you think about that, you're like,
That's the thing.
That's why it's like God bless you, man. If you found your partner in that life, you know that's pretty sick. But
All right, here, peep this game. Post-sex friendship with bull. Curious to hear others' thoughts. My wife and I have had some incredible experiences with a particular local bull over the last couple of years.
local bull.
He's about 10 years older, 50. Incredibly fit, astonishing cock, and fucks like a 30-year-old. He's absolutely besotted with my wife and jumps at any opportunity to meet up. Now, not only is the sex between us all amazing, he and I are both bi, but we all get along really well. To the point where we chat. What was that, Subi?
I said, there you go. This shit leads to it's not controlled.
You think that everyone's just bi?
No, at that point, he became bi. That's what I'm
He's
saying.
already bi, probably. I think this is probably the way to do it right.
Anyways, continue.
So, we get along really well to the point where we chat quite often on the topic of sex or just in general chat. He's a lovely guy, and he and I exchange pics and vids quite often, and it's a perfectly normal conversation. Has anyone else befriended their bull? And then there's a response. Yes, him and I will watch football and have fun if she's not around. Somebody's.
Now you're just gay. You're not.
I swear,
they're just homies, yeah.
that's not the same guy.
We watched NFL Sunday Ticket.
I think that's tight if you can have an ecosystem where it works. The only time
That's fucking hilarious.
But that's another
They
adventure.
share the same bond of fucking their
yeah,
wife.
if you have that bond. But the only thing I'm gonna stick with this, man.
stick with
The
it.
only thing I'll stick with is if you're in a relationship and like you're the girl, right? And you've never even thought of this shit, and you're not even into it by default, and your dude keeps bringing it up, this isn't the one that's gonna work out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if you both just have this thing, like, otherwise you're gonna fall prey to like just wanting to make your dude happy, and I've seen that more.
Yeah, she'll
where-
try it, but she didn't really.
Yeah,
want
where
it.
you love him so much that you're willing to do anything,
Yeah.
and you think that's part of it, and you're being completely manipulated, and that's something that happens more than like people finding each other in that way. I think that exists. I think there are like girls that are that crazy and guys that are crazy, and they find each other. It's a match made in heaven.
You gotta find them at one of these parties.
If you ain't ever even thought of it, and this dude is like, come on, baby, like why not? That's fucking bad.
That's a trap.
It's bad.
Exactly. You just don't bring it up.
Yeah, if I was that girl, I would have been like, fuck, why couldn't you just ask me to bake a cinnamon roll or some shit? You want me to get fucking railed by a new dude?
Yeah, dude. If,
That's just complicated. Like, if you guys are happy,
Come on, Joe. I want you to get railed by a new dude.
I know.
Because this
And I'm
is
like,
like, yeah.
whoa, why can't you be like a normal girl and ask for a purse or some shit?
I can't get you flowers.
You want to watch me get fucked in the ass? Like, come on.
Or even in the case of bringing another girl in, that's some guy's like gaslight fucking way of like trying to cheat on you but get the pass.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, he's not trying to do it for you.
I start crying when I think about that. Start tearing up, dude.
can we just be normal, have property, raise cows,
Tell him, Subi.
what does that have to do with
Cut some grass,
shoot some
do some
guns, some
grounding,
Sunday morning, and call it a day? What is all this
pay your
complicated?
taxes, do some jury
No
duty.
matter what, listen, at the end of the day, no matter what, there's gonna be emotions you have to deal with that you shouldn't have to deal with. And you're gonna deal
Do
with
you
it.
think that this is emotional? Struggling with jealousy as my wife and her bull want to go condomless.
Like, see, no, yeah. Like, what the
Oh, that got you mad, huh?
fuck?
What you mean?
Female and I, 26 male, have been in a couple dynamic for 6 months. She has a bowl she sees 1 to 2 times a month, then comes home to me where we reconnect.
No.
Reclaiming is deeply intimate. I love hearing the details, tasting her, and making love after she's been completely satisfied.
That fool just gay, but he's using her as the telephone.
He's the middleman.
No, you know what? Matter of fact,
She's the middle juice.
that fool lazy. Make that dude do all the work just so he could have his fun without trying to pleasure her.
She's all worn out.
Just it's just.
No, he wants the bull to fuck her pussy so that he could eat it later and taste his dick.
Poor lady's
Well, yeah,
on
well,
fucking
that part
10
too, he
HP when
gay.
she comes home and shit,
Just
dude.
imagine if like if you're doing stuff like Nick, imagine if you're doing stuff like this and this ain't the last relationship you'll ever have. Like you just move on after that. Imagine having to explain that shit to someone else. Like when they're like, "So what have you done? Like what's your past? Like have you ever
You're
like
bad resume.
I was in
You're just
a
bad
couple
resume.
dynamic with a cuck with the bull.
like you don't think that's gonna be
Guy
difficult?"
comes up and kisses you on the cheek. He's like, "We watching football on Sunday."
Yeah, like what the fuck?
How's your wife?
Like this better be your soul.
Man, Steel's looking good.
This has to be your soulmate if
true.
you're even like going into that world, dude.
I just want to be a simple guy, man.
You gotta live and die for this shit, bro.
Shit, like,
you gotta
you
live and die for the
exactly,
cuckold shit. If
But
you're gonna do
also-
it, you better be about it.
I want to eat steel cut oatmeal and just hang.
No, well, that's the thing. Like, well, how did they grow up? What is it in is it a state where nothing's happening?
Bored?
Oh,
They're
interesting.
fucking bored.
Interesting.
I was like, you just got goats for entertainment. That's why.
I bet that's a
ma-
dynamic though. I bet
No,
that's
it
a part.
has to
Yeah,
be. Like,
for sure.
if you're in a city and you see the same 50 people your whole life, of course you're gonna try or something.
yeah.
I just think it's
got a
funny
farmer's
that
market?
some people are so horny that they have to create a hobby around how fucking horny they are. That it's
They're very horny.
But that's
bills to pay.
there's nothing, and I still think there's nothing wrong with that if both of you
Nothing
guys
wrong.
are that.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to turn a normal girl into you so that you're
That's
happy,
creepy.
that's bad.
The problem, I think. Yeah.
But if you're both into it like an enthusiast and you're like both like
Yeah,
hobby
yeah.
like you're
Sick.
it's like
Yeah.
oh that's cool.
That's tight. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
By the way, we're not yucking anyone's yums. Every time we're laughing, we're thinking about jokes we saw on 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street.
We love those movies.
There's jokes in 22 Jump Street.
So many jokes.
I just think it's hilarious that it's a man's dream to watch a dude rail the fuck out of his wife.
Yeah, that's
Like that's a
Yeah,
hilarious.
you may not be able to
dream.
relate, but it's cool if that's what you're into.
So chill.
honestly that's beta. That's like that's weak. Man.
That's weak.
That's part of it for them.
Beta.
Yeah, that's what makes him horny.
Yums.
You're saying basic shit about this.
Yeah.
That everyone knows it's weak. They like that.
Yeah, that's the point.
Thing,
Listen to this cat. Listen to this
some
cat.
guys are like CEOs, you know. They want to
losers.
feel like
He's talking about
they have
look,
no power.
reclaiming her afterward, but jealousy's creeping in. I trust her completely, but this step feels even more real. I crave it, her going condomless, but I worry about a few things. Number one,
Crave it.
the deeper intimacy between them. Number two, the idea of her being fully his in that moment. Whether I could emotionally handle it once that happens. Number three, I want to fully embrace my role, tasting her and accepting everything. Our bond is strong.
See, these fools
aftercare.
all want to fucking suck dick, but they're afraid. They just want to taste their women with dick juice on them. It all boils down to that.
One more
Every
take,
single
one more
time
take
they're
before we
like,
finish.
"Ooh, keep his sweat on you so I could fucking lick it off."
So that does nothing for you, Subi.
I don't even know what was going on, man.
How about this from a woman's perspective?
Okay.
I don't like condoms, never have. My husband wanted me to wear one the first time, so I did. Hopefully you're not trying to force yourself into something you're not comfortable with. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice
okay,
sentiment from
yeah.
a woman's
So that's
perspective.
cool.
Yeah, woman, female perspective.
Chill.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's chill.